Yamamoto vs. Yhwach isn't just a fight, it's an all-out clash of ideals, power, and strategy that redefines epic anime battles. The stakes? Soul Society's very existence. What if I told you Yamamoto's pride wasn't just his strength, but also his ultimate downfall? This battle is the perfect mix of apocalyptic power and heartbreaking strategy. Let's dive in. The air in the Soul Society was thick with despair. The Quincy invasion had left the Gote 13 in chaos, and at the heart of this storm stood Genryusai Yamamoto, the captain commander. Known for his overwhelming power and unyielding resolve, Yamamoto had protected Soul Society for over a millennium. But this time, his battle wasn't just about duty, it was personal. Most fans don't realize how much Yamamoto's pride shaped his decision to face Yhwach alone. What happens when a leader's pride becomes their downfall? Stick around to uncover the truth. Yhwach, the king of the Quincies, had returned after 1,000 years. His army wreaked havoc, targeting the very foundation of the Shinigami world. Yamamoto's anger simmered beneath his stoic exterior, a volcano on the verge of eruption. As the last line of defense, he stepped onto the battlefield, determined to extinguish the threat of Yhwach once and for all. From the moment Yamamoto unsheathed his Zanpakuto, the battlefield transformed into an inferno. His Shikai alone was enough to reduce countless Quincy soldiers to ashes, their attacks disintegrating before they even reached him. Each swing of his blade carried the weight of centuries of experience and unrelenting fury. On the other side, Yhwach watched with calculated composure, his every move deemed deliberate, a master tactician evaluating his opponent. The two leaders clashed, their power rippling through the Soul Society. The ground cracked, the air burned, and the lesser combatants fled, unable to withstand the sheer intensity. The visuals here prove Yamamoto wasn't just the strongest, he was a walking apocalypse. This ain't a fight. This is Yamamoto telling everyone to get off his lawn with fire. Stop playing around, Yamamoto growled as he activated his Bankai.
Zanka no Tachi.
The temperature skyrocketed and the battlefield turned into a smoldering wasteland. Even allies felt the oppressive heat, as if the sun itself had descended to fight alongside Yamamoto. Each ability of Zanka no Tachi showcased Yamamoto's devastating potential. East, a blade so hot it incinerated anything it touched. West, a cloak of flames that made him untouchable. South, a grotesque army of reanimated corpses summoned from his enemy's ashes. North, a single all-consuming strike that obliterated everything in its path. The sheer force was mind-boggling. Soul Society trembled under Yamamoto's power. Meme-worthy moment. When Grandpa turns up the heat, even the Grim Reaper starts sweating. Wondering why Yamamoto's Bankai is so feared? Each move is literal overkill. Yamamoto appeared to have the upper hand, his relentless assault pushing Yhwach to his limits. But as the fight escalated, something felt off. Despite his dominance, Yamamoto couldn't shake the feeling that Yhwach's responses were too predictable, too rehearsed. The truth hit like a ton of bricks. This wasn't Yhwach at all, it was Roy Lloyd, a Quincy with near-perfect mimicry. Yamamoto's blind rage had clouded his judgment, and he had been playing into Yhwach's hands the entire time. Yhwach hit Yamamoto with the old switcheroo, and it worked better than a Netflix plot twist. The real Yhwach made his entrance, stepping over the remains of his decoy. Unlike Roy, Yhwach radiated an aura of absolute authority. He wasted no time exploiting Yamamoto's exhaustion. With a single devastating attack, he shattered Zanka no Tachi, rendering Yamamoto's greatest weapon useless. Yamamoto's fierce demeanor faltered for the first time. He had poured everything into the fight, only to realize he had been outmaneuvered. Yhwach's cold, calculating approach starkly contrasted Yamamoto's fiery rage. If you thought Yamamoto had it in the bag, don't worry, most of us did. Yhwach didn't just flip the script, he rewrote the whole book. Yhwach unleashed shocked Bulkin, a Quincy technique of overwhelming power, obliterating what remained of Yamamoto's defenses. With ruthless efficiency, he struck the final blow, severing Yamamoto in two. The battlefield fell silent. The man who had stood as the Soul Society's shield for over 1,000 years was no more. As Yamamoto lay dying, his thoughts drifted to his failures, his inability to save his comrades, his miscalculations of Yhwach's cunning, and the burden he left behind for the younger generation. The emotional weight crushed everyone watching. This wasn't just the death of a warrior, it was the end of an era. We all know the feeling of giving everything only to fall short. Yhwach's victory was absolute. Soul Society lay in ruins, its defenders battered and broken. The captains, once unshakable pillars of strength, were left reeling from the loss of their leader. Shunsui Kiraku, Yamamoto's protege, silently vowed to carry on his legacy, even as despair threatened to overwhelm him. The visuals were haunting: scorched earth, smoldering ruins, and the lifeless form of Yamamoto still gripping his shattered Zanpakuto. Soul Society went from paradise to post-apocalyptic in under an hour. You'll probably rewatch this fight to catch every detail. Amid the devastation, a lone figure emerged. Ichigo Kurosaki, bruised but not broken. He arrived too late to save Yamamoto, but just in time to face Yhwach. Ichigo's presence reignited a flicker of hope among the Shinigami. The fight wasn't over yet. As the camera pans to Yamamoto's smoldering remains, Shunsui's voice echoes. Yamamoto's flames may be gone, but his legacy will never die. We fight on, not for vengeance, but for the future he gave everything to protect. If you thought Yamamoto's Bankai was overpowered, wait till you see what's next. The screen fades to black, leaving viewers with one message: the war had only just begun. If this battle left you speechless, drop a comment with your favorite moment. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more epic anime breakdowns.